Hey, what is up guys, and welcome to this medieval / gothic style cemetery that I recently made. So I'm going to be showing you this in the daylight first, just while I sort of explain it, but then at nighttime, which is probably when it looks best, I'll show you that once we're sort of nearing the end. So to start off, I did sort of make this broken down cobblestone wall all the way around it, and I achieved this thing by sort of mixing the cobblestone walls, the full blocks, and the half slabs. Pretty much just scattering them randomly about. I'm sure you could add maybe some cobblestone stairs in there, and it might look a bit better as well. But besides those, we also have this little gateway in the front with a torch. But then as we head in, and really quick before I go any further, I'm going to show you sort of like an overhead view of how big this cemetery is. If you're wondering what is going to be right there, that's going to be where our next tutorial will be. And by the way, we are in the Gothic town, but that's probably going to end up being some sort of large Gothic manor. I thought that could be pretty cool, especially since it's going to be overlooking the cemetery. So for the cemetery though, I made this big giant center path that kind of leads up to this big giant tomb area. So if we head in here really quick, you can see that some dead can be slid into these shelves, and then sort of the main coffin, or probably the person of the highest ranking in society would go, is in this one right here. So we've got that in there, and while making this thing I tried to use as many different sort of stone materials as possible, along with mixing in sort of the mossy stones and whatnot, just to give it a different look that's kind of a bit run down. And then also we have this stone kind of overtaking it, almost like it's about to collapse in the back there, since it is dug into this hill. But other than that, besides the little path going up, on either side of that we have these two willow trees, which I think is really cool. So underneath this one right here, and by the way, I've just pretty much scattered a bunch of these tombstones all the way about, trying to randomize them up as much as possible, in the sense that this one's kind of a cross, this one's maybe a little straight thing with these little feet on either side, this one's just pretty basic, just the two blocks on top of each other, and then of course we have some mixtures of the two styles like that. And I also didn't just try to do the standard thing with the two stone half slabs, but I also did some graves that were just completely dug up, or maybe whoever's burying them hasn't gotten to putting the coffin in yet, and then we have others where say for this one, the coffin's in it, but it's not completely covered by the tombstone. So really, I just tried to make it as different as possible as you go around to each different section. Of course, there is a few times where we do run into the sort of same thing, such as this one right here and this one here. But that's not too big of a deal. People don't really tend to notice that, as long as you don't use it too much. So we have those all the way around. As I said, there's a bunch of them. And some of the ones that are sort of dug up like this, I did put this, what is it called? The podzoil. I put that stuff around it just to make it look like it was actually dug up. So we've got that, the willow trees, and then that's pretty much it. But I tried to make this in sort of a hilly environment, so it's not too flat, so we have a pretty different look all the way to the top of this thing. And then behind it, which is really cool, I'm thinking maybe we could probably end up putting another one of these tombs somewhere into this wall if it calls for it. And then what would be a really awesome idea is maybe if we had it so people could go in the tomb, and then somehow that's probably like an entrance into the Gothic manor that we put up there. But this is just like a quick little show around that I wanted to give you guys, since several of you have requested a cemetery. I'm not really sure how you could do a tutorial on this, because it's really dependent on how your landscape is. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys as many ideas as possible that you could try for yours. So basically the main points that you want to have are some nice paths, a good sort of border around the cemetery, cool looking tombstones that once again are pretty unique and randomized throughout the whole build. And then what else? I think I mentioned the trees, but just try to make sure you have some cool trees or other decorations, such as some statues or other things that would kind of fit into a cemetery. So now it is nighttime, and I gotta say, this is probably when this place looks best. And to make it sort of lit up like this, I scattered a bunch of these redstone torches everywhere, which do look like candles, so they still kind of make sense. But I'm just gonna walk through here on foot so you guys can get the real sort of atmosphere of this place. So it's kind of really spooky and eerie, in my opinion. But I'm not sure if I like it or not, but I did throw some torches up in these trees, just so they kind of really do stand out. And I think it helped, although it's not the most realistic thing. So that's kind of your opinion on whether you'd want to do that or not. So yeah, hopefully, once again, maybe this gave you some ideas on what you could try for your cemeteries or graveyards. But let me know if you have any ideas for the Gothic manor, since that's going to be what we're going to be making next. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this little quick video today, or show around as you might want to call it. And as always, I will see you in the next one.